What's up, everyone? Today we got VJ, the Big Vanilla Funny, on the show. Stick around as we talk Best Bomb, Tag Me, and just it's going to be a good one. So stick around with us, all right? Let's go.
You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
Hey, hit the.
What's going on now? That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Here we go. What's going on, people? Hey, this is Comedians Doing Crafts. We're going to have a good time today. We got our special segments, Best Bomb. We got Tag Me, Have You Ever, and I Hate It When. And we also got a very special guest in the house. But before we get started, let me introduce my co-host and our illustrious guest.
How you doing, guys? Sarai in the house.
And today, with joining us today, very special guest. Come on down, people. Mr. VJ Vernon, a.k.a. the Big Vanilla Funny. What's going on? When the horns come out, you know what's going down.
I wish I could do that explosion too. That on the remember? Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. What's up, Sarai? What's up, boo? Nothing much, Mama. How you doing, little sis?
Good.
Hey, appreciate you coming on today. We got a great show for you guys today. I want to start out with even just doing a little explaining on what we're doing. So on Comedians with Crafts, it's kind of in the title, in case you guys didn't know. We are comedians. Sarai and I are comedians. VJ is a comedian, and we're just going to have some fun. We got some fun segments for you guys. We're going to be doing some crafts along the way. Today, our craft, if you can't see on the screen, we are going to be looking at this exotic bird, this parrot right here, and we are going to be doing our best to recreate that magicalness in our own way. So, but along the way, we're going to, like I said, have some special segments. We're going to talk to VJ about his illustrious career, kind of things along the way, and just the kind of the comedy world, the comedy world in and of itself, kind of things that go on, things we've all come across, and just maybe experiences we've had. So definitely looking forward to it. The first thing I want to start off, today is May 1st, so I don't know if you guys knew, today is International Workers' Day.
Really?
I looked that up.
Wow.
Yes, I did. I didn't know. Because now it seems like every day people be posting like, today is National Hot Dog Day.
And
I'm like,
Day and Hug Day. Yeah. Best Friend Day.
Who came up with this one though? This feels a little like I might need to put my fists up or something.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Google and I was
Workers' Day.
I just typed it in. I was like, okay, May 1st, what's coming up? And it was like International Workers. I was like, really? Because I didn't really see anybody posting. A lot of times people
because a lot of people don't have jobs in LA. That's probably why everybody in my timeline is from LA. So they were just like, what's the day? Workers' Day. Yeah, that's not there.
And I always wondered who gets these days, like who decides on that? I can understand sometimes when they're having fun with like the food days or stuff, but it would just be like random, like today's Caterpillar Day.
What's your favorite? Mine is like the Pancake Day. I don't know. I love it when it's International Pancake Day.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I know.
Pancake Day. You know what? That one's cool because pancakes are delicious. And you can do a lot of different things with pancakes. So that's cool. I don't know if I have one though. I didn't know about Workers' Day. I didn't know about Hot Dog Day. You mentioned that siblings. I see that one too. I didn't know that's a real thing. National Siblings Day. So.
I kind of feel like you said, it makes me want to think like, no, I want to look out with like if every day of the year is tagged a certain day. Maybe can I submit for a day?
You could do an International Tanier Day.
There we go. I
would represent Tanier Day.
I'm gonna make my own.
Let's just get that through.
International
people be looking like
Day.
Tanier Day. Okay, like who is
It's okay. You got the day. Who cares if they know who you are?
There we go.
You got the day.
There we go. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look that up. See who do I submit this to get this done. And when it gets on the docket, you guys will know. Like, no, he did not get this through. Yes,
I was there.
There we go.
I was there.
Like, we'll play this show back and be like, this is where it's all started. So you guys, we want to start off having some fun with a couple of our segments, and this is one that I always love to go or to think about because it happens to me all the time, and I always am like, and I would love to get your guys' take on these. So first segment I want to go over, it's called I Hate It When Wednesdays. Today is Wednesday. So I hate it when Wednesdays works like this. It's real simple. It's in the title. I hate it when, and you finish the sentence. So for me, what I recently went through, and this happens to me quite a bit, every time I go to order food with my wife, not with my wife, when I'm by myself and I'll call, I'm like in the line at the little order thing, and I'll send the text. Hey, I'm at Taco Bell or something. You know, you want something? Get the text back. What do they have? If you don't
wait, listen. I feel a little teamed up on here.
if you don't you know what Taco Bell I'm not about to sit and read the menu to you right here while the people are like, is that all? Is that all? Hold on a second, okay, can you just get me a taco? Wait a minute, could you
yeah.
and you start rubbing the head and the people are like, you there yet? So I hate it when people just don't know. They know, like, it's not like I'm going to some exotic restaurant. Like, know that. So I'm like, woman, if you don't
that's an easy one. Taco Bell is easy. You can look that up.
That's what I'm saying. So I was like, I hate it when people don't get their order together.
At first I thought you were going the direction of like, I hate it when my wife like women do this more than men. That's like, wait a minute.
Well, I just know specifically she just doesn't
like
know.
that.
Yeah, she is one of those folks. So I'm not going to
I
generalize.
thought that's where you were going. She never knows what she wants to eat. They know everything. Wives know everything except for what they want to eat.
There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's yours, Sarai? What's your I hate it when?
I hate it when I'm texting someone. I'm texting someone and the little bubble comes and I'm waiting for a response. Like if I'm trying to meet up, I'm trying to figure out something we need to know. You know what I mean? Where are we going to meet? Where are we going to eat? Something. And I see the bubbles and they go away. Then the bubbles come back, and I'm like, okay, he gonna give me an answer, and then it goes away.
The anticipation.
And then an hour passed by, and I'm starving. So, I hate it when people trick me with the bubble and they don't follow through.
That's a good one, too, because I think Apple did that on purpose. Because I do the same thing. If I text somebody and I see the bubbles, I'll hold my phone.
Right.
Then here my silly behind is looking at these damn bubbles.
Right.
Okay, like, okay.
Right, here it comes.
In a minute now, she gonna say I love you too, honey.
Right.
And it don't never come.
Right.
And then it says delivered. Like, hold on, I know she read it. I seen the bubbles. I seen the bubbles. Even though you can turn it off in your options, I seen the bubbles. I know she read it.
The worst part is about that, like you said, is when the bubbles comes up and it goes down.
It goes away.
Because it's like, at least if it's always there, I'm thinking, man, you crafting some incredible
Exactly.
message.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long
But
one.
if it goes and leaves, it's like tight.
You're waiting for a great response.
Right.
Or if it's a long bubble for like an hour, right? And then all of a sudden it's like LOL. It's like, really?
Are you serious? Are you
Really?
Yeah. Apple. Thank you. Thank you.
No, that's funny. What about you, VJ?
I hate it when I see people online on social media say certain things that they want out of life and that they want their life to be, but their pictures and their posts do not match up.
Oh, you're reading.
Yes, I am a social media hound. I love social media. I don't think it's ruining the world and the children, but mainly when I see single black queens, because I call them black queens because that's what they are to me.
Yes, sir.
My black women are black queens to me. You know how I go. But my black queens, you can't be talking about, you can't put up the emoji or the cartoon drawing of the girl laying on the dude, and you can tell they watching the flickering TV in the dark, and it says, y'all can have the club. I just want this. But then if I scroll to the next picture, you turned around showing the booty, and you got the back out shirt on in the bathroom at the club. Your friend is on the floor in the corner drunk. That don't match, mama. Come on now.
Call her out, V. What's her name? What's her name on IG?
What's her
name on IG?
Well, look, a Shinka Shank. Let me tell you something. A Shinka Shank.
You know,
I'm trying to be there for you, Shinka Shank. Okay, first of all, your name's a Shinka Shank.
No, sir.
No, but I doubt that. I hate
Shank.
it when I see that.
No, that's so real because like you said, I do see that, or like you say, put up the inspirational quotes, and then you like,
and then a pound of weed.
right?
Nice.
Oh, so that's how we getting things started up. If you guys are watching, please feel free to drop in, in our little chat. What are your I hate it wins? Because I'm sure we all have certain ones, like I said, that bug you. So like I said, the part of this show, as I see Sarai getting ready to,
I was about to ask. She's pointing at me. I'm like, hold on, ain't that shit? Like, you started. We on one segment. So you on the next. Am I supposed to be drawing?
while we're doing these segments, we're supposed to be simultaneously also doing these drawings. So I'm slipping. We all slipping, but I'm gonna get on this. So as I showed you before, the parrot, that I showed, we supposed to be doing our best renderings and recreations.
got
so
glue and feathers and everything.
No,
so
we no joke, people. You know, if you can't see, I got feathers in my hand. We got pens. Sarai came through with the crafts today.
Well, you know, I'm a kid still,
so that's what I'm talking about. And like, no budget job here. We going like all in. You know, short of a live parrot. You know, we got everything to go. So while I'm getting my good old parrot started here. It's
hard to do both, right?
It is. It's a you know, because you're like trying to talk, but you're like, I'm really trying to make this bird though. You know,
I'm talking to you, but I'm saying what I'm doing. I'm like, so Tanir, I'm coloring brown right now. Right. I'm adding a feather.
You'd be like, why is your parrot black? I'd be like, dang it, I didn't even pay attention to the colors. So I don't know about you guys. I'm a big sports fan. Okay, big Laker fan. Grew up here in LA. So obviously we going through some stuff right now.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They going through it.
No, definitely. And it was funny because, you know, recently Magic Johnson had stepped down from his position as like president of the Lakers. And some of the stuff that was coming out was, you know, initially Magic had kind of done his press conference and gave his reasons on why, you know, he was stepping down. But it came out a little later, probably about a week ago or so, that part of the reason might have been because there were some emails that Magic received that were not complimentary of him and that he probably wasn't supposed to receive them.
Yeah.
You know, so that got me to thinking, like, especially in this internet world, you know, VJ, you said, you know, you love being part of this.
Yes.
Have you guys ever been a part of, whether it's part of work or even just a circle of friends, have you ever either sent an email to someone or that wasn't supposed to get it, or have you been the recipient of an email where you were like, I wasn't supposed to be on this, but you reading it, you know, type thing. So, you know, VJ, looks like you got a story right away, so you can start this one.
Well, see, here's the thing about technology. I love it, but I don't know how to work it all.
Right.
And when email really first got big and really came into fruition in society, I didn't know that if, like, Sarai emails me something and I forward it to somebody else, that she sees it too.
Right.
Because she's still no, I didn't know that. Yeah. So when I was a young buckaroo out here running wild, chasing the black queens, I got caught up a few times in the emails like, oh, you emailing Teresa? I ain't emailed Teresa nothing. What you talking about?
Right.
And then she sent the email back. I thought she was a hacker. I said, you hacked this. You did something. I didn't. There's no how you got the same email I sent her. You forwarded to her. That's right, to her.
Right.
I forwarded to you.
Right.
So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just forwarded an email last. Okay.
Yeah. If you forward any emails, whoever sent it to you, they're still CC'd on the email.
We getting the email 101 right here.
I had no idea.
I got to talk trouble with that with group text too, man. When I was single and young, and I would send out my good morning text to my black queens, to my little honey dips, and I thought that like just each of them would just get because just like their name was on it. I ain't know like all 6 got the text message until one morning. One of the girls responded back. V think he's slick trying to say good morning to all his girls. I was like, hold on. First of all, how you
Right.
how you know I was sending it to?
I'm gonna need you not to say, you know, be like, what did I do
exactly.
wrong?
Why? Then I deleted it in my phone, thinking that it deleted in all their phones.
No.
This is still with the
that's
flips.
bad math. That's horrible math.
With the flip phones. Yeah, this is when you used to be able to first text people multiple times, multiple people
like
on
you
a
said,
flip phone.
it's so funny that you say that because like as like the iPhones and all the different smartphones have come out. Like you said, back when it was just the flip and maybe you had to type the numbers 2 and 3, you know?
Exactly.
You were like, that probably cut down on a lot because you'd be like, man, first of all, I didn't take so long to type this message.
Yes.
I don't even want to send it.
You sitting there 1 1 1 1 A
right.
B B B. You know what I mean? Like you have to hit it 3 times to get the letter you want, and for God forbids that you pass the letter you want, you got to start all the way back.
Oh my goodness! But now, like you say, you just hit a button, you be like, oh, okay, cool. But
and boom,
I've done that like multiple, even just dealing with comedy shows. Sometimes when you'd be sending out maybe an invite, like, okay, well maybe I'll just change the name and send the same, you know.
Yeah.
But it's the time that you leave the name, and it might be like, hey John, come out to my thing. You know, this is Mark.
Man.
You know, be like, oh no, but I formulated this message just for you.
Yeah,
like really, because
exactly.
this is Bryson.
It takes so much time. You know what I mean? I guess V used to be a player or something, but sometimes you got to manage when you're, I guess, a player.
Like,
I don't
used
know.
to be.
Look, or something. No, I was put. Hey, all right, go ahead.
So let me. That it's funny that that kind of leads me into our next. Well, first of all, let me do a check-in. How's everybody coming?
I'm coming.
No, you're not.
This is a PG.
No,
PG
First
show.
of all, I'm kind of.
It's a PG.
And you know what? That's
gonna be that kind of day,
That's
people.
the third thing you said since I've been here, and you think I overthink your words. Remember what you said off camera? Now you just said that. You be setting yourself up, mama. You be setting yourself up, and I gotta mess with you because I love you.
And here's the thing, because I'm looking at, first of all, I'm messing with these eyes right here, and I'm just thinking, the parrot in the picture here. He's got some pretty beady eyes, but these eyes right here got kind of the crazy. I'm gonna have like a loopy looking.
It looks good though. It looks good.
I had to do the outline first of all, and I'm gonna try to make it real with some of these feathers right here.
It looks good.
But he does look a little cartoony with those eyes. But that's okay. I'm gonna make it work because that's what we do. Even as comics, you gotta make it.
You gotta make it work.
Make it work.
Gotta work with what you got.
Exactly. Now let me ask you this, Mr. VJ. Since you are a guest today, I kind of want to get into your story a little bit.
Yes, sir.
How you got into the comedy game, and just in terms of where you are now, because you've got, just for those who don't know, let me, in terms of VJ's credits, he's been on Quake's House, on LOL Radio, he's a sportscaster, he's a stand-up comedian, he's just done his, produced his second comedy special.
Yes, independent, yep.
Independently.
Yes.
People don't know out in the comedy game, like, to get these things done when you see them is no small task at all, especially when you're dealing with your own production, money, getting people together. So that is to be applauded.
Thank you.
Greatly
Thank you
doing that, because
very
I
much.
know that I haven't done one, but I know definitely I've known people who've gone down that road. We all, definitely getting there, but I know in terms of doing it yourself, and especially do a quality work, not just like with my iPhone at the club one night, like let's throw this out.
Those are for the highlight to send out to the clubs to get on the road.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I use those for.
So let's just kind of like start. Like I said, in terms of your story, like how did you even get into comedy?
I was always a class clown. I just had I have a common story. It's not that deep, man. I was always the class clown. I always got in trouble for talking too much or trying to make kids laugh in school or trying to make the teacher laugh. I used to be able to make the principal laugh, and he'd tear up the referral and say, "Listen, go to class, go back to class, stop acting up." Instead of calling my mom and suspending me or sending me home. That happened like 3 times in high school. Mr. Uppercoat, shout out. I love you, brother. Thank you very much for not suspending me so I could play on Friday night for the football team. But I got into it as an adult in Virginia. I was opening up for Coco Brown and Howard G. and Chris Thomas, the former mayor of Rap City, about maybe 17, 18 years ago is how I started.
Right,
So I started just doing small restaurants and bars, and then out to D.C., and then up to New York, and then all around, man, and then decided, they say, you got to go to L.A., so I came out to L.A. and found my entrepreneur gene inside of me. I thought I would be the guy, club at the club, but then you realize you got to have some content, you got to create some things, you got to be able to write, you got to be able to produce, you got to be able to do different things.
Right.
And just started doing that. So I built my own brand, man. VJ Entertainment LLC, Husky Films, and the Big Vanilla Funny is the brand. So just kind of doing my own thing. Not worried about getting discovered.
Right.
I'm gonna kick the door in. I'm not worried about nobody opening it up for me.
And actually, it's interesting. I want to kind of touch on when you did come out to LA, because I feel like, obviously there's tons of transplants out here. People come from all over. And just that, talk about like when you first got here. I mean, I don't know what your experience like back east, maybe traveling around, maybe if that was like the comfort zone, like, hey, I'm doing things back here. But it always seems like I hear when people get here, it's kind of like a different animal, because you're like, whether it's like competition wise or just a different environment where it's like, whoa, like I might have been the big fish back there. Now it's like maybe you're with a lot of big fish, or everybody was a big fish from where they come. And then just to kind of step up your game to like, man, I really got to, like you said, to get your foot in the door places or get to know places. Like, what was that experience like?
I related to my sports career. When you're a star in 8th grade in football in middle school, and you go to high school, you're a freshman, you're starting all over again. Right. So then when you graduate from high school and you go to play college, whether you're a 5-star, 4-star recruit, you're starting over again because there's juniors, seniors on the team. Semi-pros, pros, NFL, the same thing. So when I came out here, I started from like the bottom. I was staying at a hotel.
Wow.
I was living at the Motel 6 that's on Hollywood Boulevard in Ivar.
Dang, shout out to the Motel 6.
Absolutely. for holding me down.
Wait, they're not sponsoring us yet. Don't be shouting them out unless we get a sponsorship.
Well, not him, but Jose. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, Jose.
Because I was running out of money, and he was like, look, just bring me like $30. I'll charge you $30 a night for your rent.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he was really looking out for me once my money went down. So Coming out here but I realized that you were starting from the bottom. I knew nobody when I got off the plane. I didn't off the bus, excuse me. I didn't know anybody here. My closest friend or relative was 3,000 miles away back east. And I just started just from a hotel and then got a job at the movie theater, the handprint and footprint movie theater. I don't know if we can say the name, but you know what they do, the handprint and the footprints and the cement. So I got a job doing security there. And, you know, shout out to my man Big Dre and Big L too, man, for hiring me. I walked right up to him. Matter of fact, Dre was in Be Cool. That's how I recognized him. I said, he looked like one of Cedric's bodyguards, one of the Goonies and Be Cool. So I was like, yo, you're Be Cool. He was like, yeah, and told him my whole story. He's like, you need a job? I said, yep. He said, you own a black suit? I said, yep.
Wow.
He said, follow me. He walked me right inside to his brother Leonard. Leonard gave me look, the application only had one side. I looked at it, I said, oh, this has got to be a joke.
Right.
Like, he's like, yeah, fill this out right here. $15 an hour is a black suit. You got black suit, got black shirt, got black tie. And then that's how I started out here, man, and playing clubs. And, you know, but you're right. When you come out here, it's ground zero. Very few get to come out here already established.
Right.
You know, but the ones that we grew up loving and the ones we look at as the legends, they all came out here, man, and it was ground zero.
Right.
So that's how I took it when I came out here in 05.
And that's always what people, I think, you know, sometimes don't understand. And I learned it as I got into it. I mean, a lot of these guys, like I said, when you see a lot of the big comics where they have their big specials, you start seeing them in movies and TVs. And it's so funny because people are always like, well, yeah, how come you just don't go
Just
Kevin
be
Hart?
famous. Go be
You know, and I was
famous.
like, you know how much those guys were just grinding. Like nobody sees the behind the scene, like how long it took to get, you know, they just see them like, oh, they popped up overnight. Like, yeah, they must have just got in. You're like, no, man, like
It's a lot that goes with
all
it.
these little, you know, like the bar shows or going, you know, all that work, like people put, or like, you know, obviously the most recent one or famous one, you know, like people hear Tiffany Haddish's story.
Exactly.
How long she was just grinding, you know, and people think like, oh man, she's the overnight star. It's like, man, she's been putting in work. For like,
And a lot of the recipe too is homelessness. I don't know if you guys noticed that trend, but a lot of people, it's almost to the point in order for you to get to your craft and do what you really want to do and believe in yourself, you have to basically hit rock bottom. I don't know, not all the times, but it's almost like some of the greatest ones were also the ones that hit rock bottom to a certain extent, to the point where they gave up every luxury they had, but as long as they could pursue their craft.
right.
Steve Harvey, Tiffany Haddish. I'm not sure if Kevin Hart was homeless at some point, but it's tons of them. If you go
Bernie
through the list
Mac.
of Bernie Mac,
Yep.
if you go through the list, there's tons of them. So at that point, it's like, wow.
He was
you
one
have
of
to
my
believe in
favorite
yourself.
stories because Bernie Mac was working at a Burger King when he was in his late 20s, early 30s. Bernie Mac was working at a Burger King when he got on Def Comedy Jam, where he wore the denim pants with his face. That was the joint back in the 90s. You give it to your homie that can draw. He draw on your pants for your cartoon characters, whatever. Get the spray paint, the airbrushing done. He was working at a Burger King, like real talk. And you know, some of those stories, you're right. Homelessness is part of it. I've slept on park benches out here. I've slept at work. Like I used to close my job and then like, oh, good night, everybody. I would wait for everybody to leave. I walk away, go get some food for the dollar menu, walk back to my job, let myself in, go in the back. And this is before like smartphones. So I ain't had nothing to watch. I would just eat my food and then take my suit jacket and just lay on the floor and go to sleep. Get up early enough to leave and then come back in. And like, that's like real business, man. Hollywood park benches, company cars, slept in company cars, slept in coworkers' cars, like straight up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they know you were sleeping in their cars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they would
It's like-
help. They would hold me down. Like I had an acting friend who lived in Hollywood, but he had like 5 roommates, so they already had somebody on the sofa. But he went he's like, yo, my car's like down the street on, you know, my car looked like it's down the street on the left. And I was like, yo, I got you. Went to the 7-Eleven, bought a bag of chips and a hot dog, went to the car, ate, went to sleep. Like true
truly,
stuff. Yeah,
it's truly a leap of faith doing what we do. I would have to say it's definitely there's no guarantees. If you are a male, let's say you a UPS guy. I don't know why, you know, but let's say you was a UPS guy. You look good in the brown shorts today. You look good in the brown shorts.
You would look like one of them fly FedEx brothers.
Yes.
One of them real cool fly FedEx brothers that come and dap you when you bring the packages.
Hey, that'd be
You look good at UPS.
Yeah, cool.
But-
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
got your package
You
here.
know, some women be waiting for you to deliver their check every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like let's say you're a UPS worker, right? The thing about jobs like that, when it's non-creative, you know, at the end of the week you're gonna get a check, or at the end of 2 weeks, or end of month. You know what I mean? So it's not much faith in there. You know, if you do the work, you'll get the payoff.
Right.
When you're a creative, if you're a painter, if you're an artist, if you're a stand-up comedian, if you're a singer, it's really like you need a side job.
You don't know.
You don't
Right.
work towards you work towards your passion, but it's
Right.
really like, you know, on faith. You don't get
Oh, yeah.
paid a lot of the times in the beginning. So that's why I think so many people end up like homeless and all that stuff, you know?
And then talk also, I feel like a huge part of really just artists pursuing their dreams, but I would think especially like in comedy. I mean, talk about like the family component or like friends. You know, you always have to deal with that. You know, hey, when you gonna get a real job type thing. You know, or like the non-backing of. You know, I mean, after a while, even growing up here, it was just one of those things where, like you said, like even like your friends sometimes, you know, even not being mean-hearted about it, they'll be like, oh, like that's cool, like, you know, how long you going to, you know, it's like, no, dude, like I'm trying to
My sister calls them hoop dreams.
Yeah. And after a while, you only want to talk to people who are like, who know what it's like, you know,
the
it's
struggle
like,
is when they sleeping in their car next to you.
Yeah,
You're in the same
exactly.
parking lot. You have parking lot friends, you know?
and for VJ, I mean, you came like across the country. I mean, I'm from here, you know, so I still got like fam, but it's like when you actually up and move and transplant, I give it up to those people like who, I mean, because that's a huge thing.
It was, man, and it was hard some nights. It really was. There was nights I would literally lay in my hotel and cry. Because I'm a dad, I had 2 daughters back east, and that was part of my reason for really coming out here, is because I felt like I had nothing left in VA. I was cutting hair at a really popular barbershop. I had a townhome. I was within 5 minutes of my brothers, my mom, my kids, my nieces, my nephews, everybody, but I wasn't happy.
Wow.
I was tired of VA. I was tired of DC. I was tired of performing at them clubs. Honestly, I was tired of opening up for other people. I wanted to step out, and no diss to any of them, but I wanted to step out on my own to see Kobe syndrome. All right, I got 3 with Shaq, but I want to do it on my own, and and that should be okay. I don't want to be your second fiddle. I don't want to be anybody's second. I wasn't cut that way. My mother's a PhD. She's a colonel out of the Pentagon. Wow. She didn't say, "Oh, I'll just settle with sergeant. Right. I'll just settle with lieutenant and major." No. So that's what I saw. So that was my thought process of coming out here. But the worst part about making a huge move the way I did is you're in a city where you don't know who to trust. It's hard to garner friendship. This young black queen right next to my right here, who you all know and love, she knows how much I respect her and how talented that I think she is. She is literally one of my only friends in this city. I have associates, I have people I work with, but she is someone who I consider a friend. Like when I leave here, I'm going to still text Sarai. When I'm balling out back east, or I'm doing something big at a sports network somewhere, and we got the big ESPY Awards after party, I'm hitting Sarai like, yo, if you want, I got to, you know, there's a +1 at the door for you, VIP. Come through, mess with your boy, come through, say what up to my wife, blah, blah, blah. That list is on one hand, and I mean that, out of Los Angeles. That's one hand where I look at somebody and I go, that's my friend. Everybody else is like, oh yeah, I know him. So that part is really hard, because going home to do my special 3 weeks ago, I was so humbled by the turnout. I saw people that I had not seen since the night we walked across the high school stage together. That's over 20 years.
They came out to see you.
Yes.
So that's an interesting point that you brought up about, you know, I guess you could share a little bit. How do you feel about the higher you get? Do you really believe that the higher you get, the more streamlined your friendships are?
Yes.
Is that because of you changing as an individual, or you think that people are? What do you think? Do you think you have to have the same aligned vision for people to grow together? What is your take on friendships growing up in the industry?
My mother always told me it's quality over quantity.
Nice.
It's the quality of the friends you have, not the quantity of the friends you have. Because we've seen in entertainment time and time and time again, sports and entertainment, you can have all the friends when everything is gravy and everything is going good. Of course you got a bunch of friends. Of course you got a bunch of people that wants to ride the coattails. Right. You let that jump shot start not going in. You let that ability to break them tackles and skate off for 55 yards and a touchdown in the fourth quarter. You let that start to diminish. You let your movie appearances start to diminish. You let your comedy name start to diminish a little bit, and sooner or later you start to see those aren't really your friends. I think I'm ahead of the curve. I just much rather not even set up those type of industry relationships, because at the end of the day, this is work. Right. You know what I'm saying? We out here working. We out here all trying to chase our dreams and manifest our dreams into reality. So I cut that off at the door. I've been on projects where we're done. Hey, yo, we're going out for drinks. Oh, yeah, you know what? But I got something I gotta go run and do, man. But thank you for the, because I don't even want to get. And I don't even want to get into that, because all it takes is for somebody to see you do one thing they don't like, or that they want to judge you for, and then it's this and that. So that's how I stay away from it, Sarai. I choose my friends very carefully. That's why I mess with you.
Now,
I appreciate it.
One thing also I wanted to know, kind of taking it actually to the stage and like the craft of comedy, like where does a lot of your material find? Like, what do you talk? What's kind
Oh
of
man, Tracy Morgan is probably my favorite comedian other than Eddie Murphy of all time. And from those two gentlemen, never pulled any punches.
no.
And that's how I am. I've made my mind up that I'm just not gonna say certain things.
Right.
So I'm not gonna, joke about. I stay away from religion. I stay away from politics. I have no interest in joking about religion or politics because neither one is funny to me yet. When
Right.
it becomes funny to me, then maybe I'll look into it. But I love just talking about society. I love talking about my children, my wife. I see, you're married. I'm married, man. There's material for days in your home. There's material for days. And I do impressions. I really like impressions. I really like talking about different nationalities, but I like bigging nationalities up. I don't really like, white people, y'all need to stop. It's more or less like,
Right.
I have a joke I do where I compare black and white people together instead of separating us. Because at the end of the day, if I cut you, you bleed red just like I do.
Right.
So you got the same organs I got. So
Right.
that's my style is I try to become like the guy next door that's mowing his lawn that always is going to stop and say something to you when he sees you walk into the mailbox
Right.
and get a laugh out of you or a smile out of you. I want my neighbors to go back in and be like, that guy next door, that guy, right? That guy, man. Hey, I'm thinking this guy right here. I don't know, but I like him. So that's my style, man. I like to be fun, high energy. I'm goofy. I dance. I'm a thick yellow dude, man, with blue eyes. It's like,
I'm not gonna play with him.
Is
that was that in your old Tinder profile?
Yeah.
I'm a thick yellow dude. I like to dance.
Yep, thick yellow. Yeah, I used to call
I'm that neighbor that says hi.
That was
Right.
I'm the neighbor that says good morning.
Good
You know what I'm saying? With
I
a cup
cut-
with
I
an
cut the
espresso
grass
in
with my
hand.
shirt off.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
No, I ain't never did that. I ain't never had the body for that. But I'm married now, so I think I do. It's funny when you get married, and I hate the rant, but when you get married, the funny thing is, men, there's certain things we just don't care about no more when you get, because it's like,
What, abs?
because it's like I got mine. Yeah, I got mine. Why do men go for abs anyway, right? We're doing it for what? To
Those
draw
ladies. But
attention.
you guys gotta keep-
to draw attention. No, we don't.
The same way you want your female to stay up, keep. We may be getting a little off subject, but
I'm sorry.
I,
but
like you say, because I think you look at the relationships, and like you said, people be looking good when either they're single, trying to get at dudes, and
Yep.
then it's like once you get them, or like
Yeah.
you said, especially married, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I got, I can slip a little bit. I can, you
like
know.
if my wife eat an extra donut, I don't trip. But
Right.
when we was dating, I'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's your third. I just want to let you know
Right.
that's your third
Not
bear.
that I'm keeping
That's your
count,
third bear claw this
but
week.
yeah.
That's rude.
And you had an eclair on Sunday before church. Yeah, and that's got pudding in it. So
Now tell me about this. I'm sure all of us at one point or time have just had like a certain bombing moment
Yes.
on stage. Tell me about like your most memorable one, or whether it was the first one or just one where you were like, yeah, this did not go well.
Sarah, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
oh,
Mine
biggest
was bad.
bomb.
Mine was bad.
Oh my God, biggest bomb.
She's never
Well,
bombed.
probably I would have to say I wouldn't even say my first time was a bomb. First time I guess was I was on stage. I will say where was the most awkward moment.
Okay. That
No, I
works.
take that back. J Spot, 1 or 2 a.m. after Corey Holcomb and all these other heavy hitters came in there and they were like, coming to the stage, Sarai.
Right.
And I was like, how y'all doing? Yeah, I still have nightmares, but I still wake up saying, Corey Holcomb. Like, it's not good.
Oh man.
Oh man, I have a really bad one. I was doing a show back in Connecticut with Corey Fernandez and my man Davian Velez, two Puerto Rican New York comedians that I used to do shows with out in New York. And Davian convinces me to start doing shots of Bacardi 151 before we started doing the show. I never had Bacardi 151 before. I was trying to be a big boy and hang with the Puerto Rican comedians and they friends that was all doing shots.
Right.
So I did maybe like four or five. Ooh. And I was trash, but I didn't know I was trash until my wife and all her friends from work walked in. I'm like, oh, and my wife here. Oh, she brought all her friends. She walks right up to, she grabs her friend, she goes, hold on one second. She walks right up to, she goes, oh my God, honey, what have you been doing? I was like, yo, let me tell you something. Me and Davian and Corey, I'm 151. What? I was profusely sweating.
Wait, you performed after that?
No. Oh, yeah. After, I had no choice. The show hadn't started yet. Wow. We were pre-gaming at the show, though. Uh-huh. So, and it was just, I mean, I was sweating through my fitted. I was sweating through, and my wife, she's like, look at yourself, honey. You are pouring sweat. So, oh my God, David came, put his arm around me. She was like, take your hand off him. Thank you.
Right.
You come with me. And I was like, what? She grabbed my shirt like, she bugging. I'm about to tear this club up. And I just went up there, man, and I was a wreck. And I felt bad because I had like 30 people come out and see me that night.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
That's
I
definitely,
did.
that's a huge bomb.
It was a
bomb.
huge bomb. And that's why I do not drink nights
before shows.
No, never. You've done shows with me, club soda, ginger ale. I will not drink before shows.
Lesson learned.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, real quick, mine was probably like the second time I'd ever gotten up to go.
Tough.
The first one actually went well, so you kind of feeling yourself like, man, I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
It was literally like I think it was the next night or 2 nights later, I was at just like a small bar, did the same set, because I was like, I could kill him,
Yeah.
It was like a late show, like 10 p.m. or something, did the same stuff. It was like crickets. I mean, the whole set was just crickets.
Wow.
And in your head, you get in your head like, wait, what happened? Like, this just killed the other night. And am I not funny? And just confidence was like, and it was actually one of the other veteran comics or the headliner that night. Maybe he saw it on my face. He was just like, hey, man, don't worry about it.
And that's even
Happens
worse
to
when you
everyone.
bomb, someone comes to you and goes, next time, or don't stop.
Definitely.
Are you want to show our paintings here?
Yeah, let's kind of see where we're all at
right.
with these things. I tried to go.
I'm still working on mine, but I'm crushing y'all.
Okay. I mean, I was trying to use the glue and put some
I'm gonna put
feathers.
some feathers on my
Now
joint.
see
I'm
that?
not
That
done
is like,
yet.
that is.
But we're out of time, so
He has got some
this is-
artistic stuff. Yeah, maybe you guys can vote online in terms of what we see. I mean, I'm kind of trying to go for the real effect here.
Listen,
So
I'll even go with this then.
yeah, I'm
not complete.
I'm not gonna front.
me
Like
say.
that's VJ. I think might win this one.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, his is one dimensional.
Although we were more. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at.
His is one
So
dimensional.
I was like, I don't know.
We need a judge for this show. 'cause,
Hater alert.
Right. Well, everyone, we want to send like I said, a big thanks to VJ for joining us today. Thank you, man, for coming through.
I
Appreciate it. Good luck
Thanks for
to
having me. Thank you, sir.
Good luck going forward. Like I said, he's got a comedy special. Where can everybody follow you at?
Everybody can follow me on The Big Vanilla Funny on Instagram. Check out my YouTube channels. I have 2 of them, VJ Comedy, VWJAY Comedy, and then also I just started my own sports network on YouTube too called Vesn Sports, VESN Sports Network.
All right.
Woo,
He's doing big things, so make sure to check him out. Sarai, where can everybody follow you
Funny
at?
Sarai on IG, FUNNYSAYRIE. Also on same thing on Twitter.
There you go. And I'm your boy, Tanir Williams. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TanirW. So again, we appreciate it. Thank you guys. Join us again next week for our next guest, who we will have at some point for you.
Stay
But
tuned.
again, we appreciate you
Don't
guys.
rush us. Stay
And
tuned.
this has been Comedians with Crafts. Thanks again. Take care. Peace. Have a good week.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.